Hey, stop right there. Before you scroll past this episode, I want to ask you something. Have you ever walked into a store in America, opened your mouth to say something, and then nothing came out? Like your brain just froze completely?
Oh, absolutely. Or worse, you said something and the other person looked at you like you were speaking a totally different language, and you thought, wait, I was speaking English.
Yes, that exact feeling. That embarrassing, uncomfortable, want to disappear feeling. Well, friends, today's episode is going to fix that. We are talking about 50 essential phrases for daily life, and not just the phrases themselves, but how to use them, where to use them, and why they matter.
Welcome to Mr. English Podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Emma. We are so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening from your car, your kitchen, your bedroom, wherever you are, welcome. This is your place to learn real, everyday English in the most natural way possible.
That's right. And if this is your first time here, do us a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button for Mr. English Podcast right now. We put out new episodes all the time, and we don't want you to miss a single one.
And share this episode with someone you know who's learning English. Trust me, they will thank you later. Okay, James, are you ready to get into it?
I was born ready. Let's go.
All right, so let's start at the very beginning of any interaction, the greeting. This is where everything starts. And I know a lot of people think, oh, greeting is easy, just say hello. But actually, there's so much more to it than that.
You're so right, and I learned this the hard way. When I first moved to a new city, I was very formal with everyone. Like, I would walk into a coffee shop and say, "Good day to you, I hope you are well." And people would just stare at me.
Good day to you? James, what century were you living in?
I know. I thought that was how Americans talked. Turns out, not at all. People just say, "Hey, how's it going?" or "What's up?" and move on with their day.
Exactly. So let's talk about the most natural greetings people actually use. The first phrase is, "Hey, how's it going?" This is super casual and very common. You say this to friends, coworkers, neighbors, people you see regularly.
And the response is usually something simple like, "Pretty good, thanks. You?" Or even just, "Good, you?" Short and easy.
The second phrase is good morning, or just morning. You drop the word good sometimes. This one is great for early in the day. You say it to anyone, a coworker, a cashier, your neighbor when you check the mailbox.
Third phrase, long time no see. This is what you say when you run into someone you haven't seen in a while. Like maybe a classmate from years ago or an old neighbor. It means, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Oh, I love that one. I actually used that phrase last week. I ran into my old coworker at the grocery store and I said, "Oh my gosh, long time no see." And she got so happy.
See, it's such a warm phrase. It makes people feel remembered. The fourth phrase is nice to meet you. This is for when you meet someone for the very first time. It's polite, it's warm, and everyone appreciates hearing it.
And a natural response is nice to meet you too. Always add the word to at the end. Don't just say nice to meet you back. Say nice to meet you too. It sounds much more complete and natural.
Fifth phrase, how have you been? This is a little deeper than how's it going. You use this when you haven't seen someone in a while and you genuinely want to know how their life has been.
The response can be, "I've been good, thanks. Things have been busy." Or, "I've been okay. Just dealing with life." That last one is very American. People say, "just dealing with life" all the time.
Because life is always throwing something at you, right?
Always. Okay, so those are our first 5 phrases for greetings. Pretty simple, but very powerful when you use them correctly.
All right, let's move into one of the most common daily life situations, shopping. Whether it's a big mall, a small shop, a grocery store, or an online pickup, you need the right phrases to get what you want.
And I want to tell you something real quick. I once watched a woman at Target, a big store here in the US, stand in the aisle for like 10 minutes because she didn't know how to ask for help. She kept looking around nervously, and I felt so bad because I knew exactly what she needed. She just needed a few simple phrases.
And that's such a common situation, so let's fix that. Phrase number 6, "Excuse me, can you help me find something?" This is your go-to opener when you need help in a store. Friendly, polite, gets attention immediately.
And staff in American stores are generally very helpful. They want to assist you, so don't be shy. Just say, "Excuse me, can you help me find something?" And they will come right over.
Phrase number 7, do you have this in a different size? You use this when you found something you like, but the size isn't right. Maybe the shirt fits well, but you need a large instead of a medium.
Phrase number 8, how much does this cost? Or what's the price on this? Very direct, very simple. You can point at something and ask this question. No complicated grammar needed.
Phrase 9, is this on sale? Sale means the price is lower than normal, like a discount. Americans love sales. People always ask this. It's totally normal to ask.
It's practically a sport here. Finding the best deal is a hobby for a lot of people.
Completely true. Phrase 10, can I get a bag for this? When you're at the checkout counter and you want your items placed in a bag, just ask this. In some states, bags cost a little extra, so this question matters.
Phrase 11, do you accept credit cards? Most places do, but some small shops are cash only, so it's always good to ask before you get to the counter with a full cart of groceries and no cash.
I made that mistake once. Had a whole basket of stuff, got to the register, cashier said cash only. I had to put everything back. It was humiliating.
Oh no! Lesson learned the hard way. Always ask. Phrase 13, I'd like to return this. Return means you want to bring something back to the store and get your money back. Maybe it didn't fit, maybe it was broken. Just say, I'd like to return this, please. And phrase 14 for stores, where is the restroom? Restroom is the polite word for bathroom in public places. You might also hear people say ladies' room or men's room or just bathroom. All are acceptable.
Okay, so that's phrases 6 through 14, all for shopping situations. These will make your shopping experience so much smoother.
Now let's eat, because going to a restaurant or a cafe is another huge part of daily life, especially in America, where eating out is very, very common.
Very common. I personally eat out at least 3 or 4 times a week, and every single time you need to use English to communicate with the server, the host, everyone.
So let's go through some key phrases. Phrase 15, table for 2, please, or whatever number of people you have. When you walk into a restaurant, the host will say, how many? Or how many in your party? And you say, table for 2, or table for 4.
Phrase 16. Can I see the menu, please? Sometimes the menu is already on the table, but sometimes you have to ask for it. Just say this and they'll bring it right over.
Phrase 17, what do you recommend? This is a great question to ask your server. It means, what is good here? What do you suggest? Servers love this question because they get to tell you about their favorite dishes.
And they usually give you really honest answers too. Like, oh, the chicken sandwich is amazing, or the pasta here is really good. It helps when you don't know what to order.
Phrase 18, I'll have the... This is how you order your food. You say, I'll have the burger, or I'll have the soup. Very simple. Just put the name of the food after I'll have the.
Phrase 19. Can I get that without onions? Or can I get that without whatever you don't want? Americans customize their orders all the time. It's totally normal. Don't be afraid to say what you want or don't want.
I once sat next to a woman who ordered a salad with about 12 modifications, and the server just wrote it all down without blinking. No one thought it was weird at all.
That's just how it is here. Phrase 20. Can I get some water, please? Water is usually free at restaurants in America, but sometimes you have to ask for it. Just say this simple phrase.
Phrase 21. Could we get the check, please? The check, or the bill, is the paper showing how much your meal costs. When you're ready to pay, you say this to your server.
And in America, you usually tip the server, which means giving a little extra money to say thank you for the service, usually around 15 to 20% of the total bill.
Phrase 22. Keep the change. If you pay with cash and you don't want the small amount of money back, you say this. It means the server can keep that extra money as a tip.
Phrase 23. Can I get this to go? Or can I get a box for this? If you have leftover food and want to take it home, you say one of these phrases. To go means you want to take the food with you.
And phrase 24 at restaurants. Is this dish spicy? Very important question, depending on your preference. Some people love spicy food, some people really, really don't.
My friend once ordered something at a Thai restaurant without asking and said it almost destroyed him. Always ask first.
Okay, let's talk about getting around, moving from place to place. Whether it's taking the bus, the subway, asking for directions, or calling an Uber, you need English for all of this.
Getting around in a new place can be stressful even without a language barrier. Add language challenges on top of that and it can feel overwhelming, but not after today.
Phrase 25. Which bus goes to downtown? Or replace downtown with whatever area you're going to. Simple and direct. Bus drivers and other passengers are usually happy to help.
Phrase 26. How many stops until I get off? This is perfect for when you're on a bus or subway and you want to know how many stops are between you and your destination.
Phrase 27. Excuse me, is this seat taken? On a bus, train, or any public space with seats, always ask this before sitting next to someone. It's polite and very standard in American culture.
And if the seat is free, the person will say, "No, go ahead," which means, yes, you can sit there. Go ahead in this context means, please be my guest.
Phrase 28. Can you tell me how to get to, followed by the place you need? For example, can you tell me how to get to the library? People on the street are usually very helpful with directions.
Phrase 30. Is this the right way to? Very useful when you think you're going the right direction, but you're not 100% sure. Better to confirm than to walk 20 minutes the wrong way.
I have walked 20 minutes the wrong way more than once in my life. It's not fun. Please, just ask.
Phrase 31. I need a ride to this address. If you're in an Uber or a taxi, you can show the driver your phone with the address, or just say this phrase. Clear and simple.
Phrase 32. Can you drop me off here? This is when you want the driver to stop at a specific spot. Maybe you see your destination and want to get out right there.
These 8 phrases will help you navigate any city with so much more confidence. You'll feel like a local in no time.
Okay, this next section is super important. Health situations. Going to the doctor, the pharmacy, or dealing with any kind of health concern requires clear communication. This is one area where you really can't afford misunderstandings.
Absolutely. And I'll be honest, going to the doctor in English when it's not your first language is really stressful. I have a friend who avoided going to the doctor for months because she was nervous about communicating her symptoms.
That's really sad and unfortunately pretty common. So let's give people the language tools they need. Phrase 34, I'm not feeling well. This is your basic phrase to start any health conversation. Simple, clear, and immediately understood.
Phrase 35. I have a headache. Or replace headache with whatever you're feeling. I have a stomachache. I have a sore throat. I have a fever. These are the most common physical complaints.
Phrase 36. It hurts here. You can point to the area of your body that hurts while saying this. Very simple, but very effective. Doctors appreciate directness. Phrase 36. How long will this take? If you're in a waiting room and you need to know the wait time, just ask the receptionist this. They'll give you an estimate.
Phrase 37. Do I need a prescription for this? At the pharmacy, some medicines require a prescription, which is a written permission from a doctor to buy that medicine. Others are over-the-counter, meaning you can just buy them without a prescription.
Phrase 38. Can you explain that again more slowly? If your doctor says something you don't understand, use this phrase. Doctors are trained to communicate clearly. They will gladly repeat and simplify.
Phrase 39. I'm allergic to, for example, I'm allergic to penicillin or I'm allergic to peanuts. Always communicate your allergies clearly to any medical professional. This is critical for your safety.
And phrase 40 for health situations. When should I come back? After your appointment, ask this to know if you need a follow-up visit. The doctor might say, come back in 2 weeks, or you should be fine, no need to return unless things get worse.
These phrases could genuinely make a big difference in someone's health and well-being. That's why we wanted to include this section.
Let's shift gears a little and talk about something that people often overlook, talking to your neighbors and being part of your community. These everyday interactions really matter for feeling comfortable where you live.
This is such a good point. When I first moved into my apartment, I barely talked to any of my neighbors for months. I would just nod and walk quickly past. And then one day, my neighbor knocked on my door and said, "Hey, I made too much food. Want some?" And I was like, why haven't I been talking to these people this whole time?
That's so sweet. Food really does break every barrier. Phrase 41. Hi, I'm your new neighbor. If you just moved in somewhere, introduce yourself this way. It's warm, it's friendly, and neighbors appreciate knowing who you are.
Phrase 42, would you mind keeping the noise down? This is a polite way to ask someone to be quieter. The phrase, would you mind, makes it sound like a request, not a demand. Very important difference.
Phrase 43. Is there anything I can help you with? This is a generous phrase that builds goodwill with neighbors. Maybe an elderly neighbor needs help carrying groceries. This simple question can make someone's day.
Phrase 44, sorry to bother you, but... This is how you start a conversation when you need to interrupt someone or ask for a favor. It acknowledges that you know they might be busy.
Phrase 45. Have a great day. This is the perfect way to end any brief interaction with a neighbor, a cashier, a mailman, anyone you see in passing. It leaves a positive impression every single time.
And people genuinely respond well to it. I started saying this to everyone, and I noticed people started smiling more when they saw me. It's just a small phrase, but it has a big impact.
Okay, and let's add one more for community situations. Phrase 46. Excuse me, do you know what time it is? Simple, classic, always useful. Whether you need to check the time and your phone is dead, or you just want to start a friendly interaction.
All right, we cannot talk about daily life phrases without addressing phone calls, because in America, you will have to make phone calls. Calling to schedule appointments, calling customer service, calling restaurants to make reservations.
And phone calls can feel harder than face-to-face conversations because you can't see the person's face, you can't use body language, and you have to rely entirely on your words and your listening.
Exactly. So let's arm you with the right phrases. Phrase 47. Hi, I'm calling to... This is how you start almost any phone call. For example, hi, I'm calling to make an appointment, or hi, I'm calling to check on my order.
Phrase 48. Could you speak more slowly, please? Never be embarrassed to ask this. It's a completely normal and polite request. The person on the other end will almost always slow down and repeat themselves.
Phrase 49. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? If you missed something or didn't hear clearly, this is your go-to phrase. Short, polite, and very effective.
Phrase 50. Thank you for your help. Have a good day. Always end a phone call on a warm note. It's professional and polite, and it leaves a good impression even on a stranger on the phone.
And honestly, ending with "have a good day" just makes the whole interaction feel complete and friendly. People remember how you made them feel, even on a phone call.
Okay, James, we just went through all 50 phrases. That was a lot of content, and I want to make sure our listeners really understood some of the key words we used along the way.
Great idea. Let's go through some important vocabulary words that appeared throughout today's episode. Understanding these words will help you not just with the phrases we taught, but with so many other conversations too.
First word, recommend. When someone recommends something, they suggest it because they think it's good. If a server recommends the chicken sandwich, it means they think it's delicious and you should try it.
You can use recommend in many situations. Can you recommend a good movie? My doctor recommended more exercise. My friend recommended this podcast. It's a very flexible and useful word.
Second word, receipt. A receipt is a printed or digital record of a purchase. It shows what you bought, how much each item cost, and the total amount you paid. Always keep your receipt in case you want to return something.
Third word, prescription. This is a written order from a doctor that allows you to get specific medicine from a pharmacy. Some medicines are only available with a prescription. Others you can buy freely without one.
Fourth word, allergy or allergic. If you are allergic to something, your body reacts badly to it. Maybe you get a rash or it makes you sick. And in serious cases, it can be dangerous. Common allergies include peanuts, shellfish, and certain medicines.
Always communicate your allergies clearly, in restaurants, doctor's offices, anywhere. Your health is the priority.
Fifth word, modify or modification. To modify something means to change it slightly. When you customize your food order at a restaurant, you're making modifications, like, I'd like the salad but without cheese. That's a modification.
Sixth word, destination.
Your destination is the place you are trying to get to. If you're taking a bus or an Uber, your destination is where you want to end up. You might say, I need to get to my destination before 5 o'clock.
7th word, interaction. An interaction is any moment of communication between two or more people. When you greet your neighbor, that's an interaction. When you order food at a restaurant, that's an interaction. Small interactions add up to build relationships and community.
8th word, impression. The impression you make is how someone feels about you based on your words and actions. If you're friendly and polite, you make a good impression. The phrase, leave a good impression, means to make someone think positively of you.
9th word, customize. To customize means to change something to fit exactly what you want. In restaurants, you customize your order. When you shop, you might customize a product. Americans do this constantly, and it's totally normal and expected.
10th word, appointment. An appointment is a scheduled time to meet someone or be somewhere. You make appointments with doctors, dentists, salons, mechanics. When you call to schedule, you're making an appointment.
11th word, estimate. An estimate is a rough calculation or guess. If you ask how long the wait is and the receptionist says about 20 minutes, that's an estimate. It means approximately 20 minutes, maybe a little more, maybe a little less.
12th word, navigate. To navigate means to find your way around. You navigate a city, a website, a difficult situation. When we said you'll feel more confident navigating any city, we meant finding your way around without getting lost or confused.
Okay, those 12 vocabulary words really capture the essence of today's episode. Understanding them deeply will help you use the phrases more naturally and confidently.
Now, let me quickly organize all 50 phrases into groups so our listeners have a clear mental picture of what we covered today.
Great idea. Summary time.
Group 1 was greetings and starting conversations. Phrases like, hey, how's it going? Long time no see. Nice to meet you. And how have you been? These help you start any interaction warmly.
Group 2 was shopping phrases. Excuse me, can you help me find something? Do you have this in a different size? Is this on sale? Can I get a receipt? These give you confidence in any store.
Group 3 covered restaurants and cafes. Table for 2. What do you recommend? I'll have the... Can I get this to go? Could we get the check? Essential for eating out comfortably.
Group 4 was about getting around. Which bus goes to downtown? Is this seat taken? Can you tell me how to get to... Can you drop me off here? Perfect for navigating any city.
Group 5 handled health situations. I'm not feeling well. It hurts here. I'm allergic to... Can you explain that again more slowly? These are critical for communicating about your health.
Group 6 covered neighbor and community interactions. Hi, I'm your new neighbor. Would you mind keeping the noise down? Sorry to bother you, but have a great day. Small phrases that build big connections.
And Group 7 was phone calls. Hi, I'm calling to... Could you speak more slowly? Could you repeat that? Thank you for your help. Have a good day. Smooth, professional, and effective.
50 phrases organized into 7 clear groups. When you think of them that way, it doesn't seem so overwhelming, does it?
Not at all. And honestly, you probably already knew some of these phrases. Today, we just helped you understand when and where to use them with confidence.
You know what I really love about today's episode, James? We talked about real life. Going to the store, eating out, taking the bus, visiting the doctor, talking to your neighbor. These are things that happen every single day.
And language is the key to doing all of those things comfortably and confidently. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need a huge vocabulary. You just need the right phrases for the right moments.
Exactly, and that's what we're here for. Every single episode of Mr. English Podcast is designed to give you practical, real-world English that you can use immediately. Not someday, not after years of studying, right now.
So, here's our challenge for you this week. Pick just 5 phrases from today's episode, just 5, and try to use each one at least once in a real situation.
Maybe you'll try, what do you recommend at a restaurant? Or could you repeat that on a phone call? Or just a simple, long time no see when you run into an old friend.
Using phrases in real life is how they stick in your brain. You can listen to podcasts all day, but until you use the language yourself, it won't become natural.
And when you use one, come back and tell us about it in the comments. We absolutely love hearing from our listeners. Tell us which phrase you used, where you used it, and how it went. Did the other person understand you? Did you feel more confident? Those stories are our favorite, seriously. We read every single comment, and sometimes those comments become inspiration for future episodes. Your experiences matter.
We also want to ask you today's big question, and this is a good one. Which situation in your daily life do you find the hardest to communicate in English? Is it restaurants, phone calls, talking to neighbors, the doctor? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your response helps us understand what topics to focus on in future episodes. We are always creating content based on what our listeners actually need.
And if today's episode was helpful, if you learned even one new phrase, please share Mr. English Podcast with someone you know. Share it with a friend, a family member, a coworker who's learning English. Word of mouth is how we grow and reach more people who need this content.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it right now. Hit that subscribe button for Mr. English Podcast. Leave us a rating if you're listening on a podcast app. It takes 30 seconds and it means the world to us.
We are genuinely grateful for every single person who listens, who shares, who comments, who supports what we're doing here. You are the reason we keep showing up every episode.
Learning a new language is one of the bravest things a person can do. You're putting yourself out there, you're making mistakes, you're trying again. That takes real courage.
And we want you to know that every time you listen to this podcast, you are making progress, even if it doesn't feel like it. Even on the hard days, the progress is happening.
So keep going, keep practicing, keep showing up. And remember, the goal isn't to speak perfect English. The goal is to communicate, to connect, to be understood.
And you are already doing that. Just by being here today, you took a step forward.
We'll see you in the next episode of Mr. English Podcast. Until then, take care of yourselves.
Stay curious
Stay confident.
and keep talking, everyone. Bye for now.